Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are right after 8 a.m. looking at Josephsbrau Radler lemon beer, craft brewed in San Jose, California by Gordon Biersch. 4% alcohol. I guess this has been on the market since 2016. I think it's new. I bought it at Trader Joe's in Baton Rouge. It says best consumed before April 15th, 2017. Very clearly marked, guys. It's got the date, guys. There's no use trying to look up a website. Gordon Biersch has a website, of course, but there's no information about this in their lineup. So it's specially made by them for Trader Joe's. All right, anyway. This is the first video review for this concoction in the world. Great beer advocate. There's nothing really on there about this product. Crisp, refreshing and crisp combination of beer and lemon juice and natural flavors. Brewed with hallertau hops. 90% pilsner malt, 5% munich malt, and 5% carahell. Hey, well, they're giving us some information here, right? I mean, I can look on so many craft beer websites and there's nothing. Don't tell you anything about the ingredients. They say, oh, it's good. It's nice to know the ingredients. Additional ingredients: sugar, lemon juice from concentrate. Okay. Oh, 4% alcohol and 9 bitterness units. So this is a good, okay, bit of information for sort of a budget beer store, whatever you call Trader Joe's. I know that they're owned by Aldi, and apparently they've been owned by Aldi stores since 1979. And I always noticed there was something kind of weird about Trader Joe's stores, and there was something weird about Aldi, and the weirdness was similar. So there's my answer. Some smoke here. It's hard to describe it, but there's something unusual about those stores. Something European. You know, I've been to Europe. Never. But I've read about Europe and I've seen movies filmed in Europe. And I actually owned a car once that was produced in Europe. So I think that qualifies me to talk a lot about European stores, beers, politics, culture. Very golden, but not lemon juicy. Now the best Radler I think I've ever had, or shandy, is the Amstel Radler, which is only like 2% alcohol, but it tastes so good, from the Netherlands. Well, this is very golden. Why, if you saw this beer and didn't know what it was, just looking at it, you might think it's an amber ale or a pale ale. Lots of sediment in there, lots of sediment of various sizes and of unknown, a certain unknown origin. Oh, Clavius. Anyway, some lazy ascending bubbles, not much of a head, off-white. Oh, very strange. It smells pungent, it smells bready, it smells yeasty, and it does not smell lemony from first whiff. I want to say this to you right now. If I didn't know what was in that bottle, I would, by glance, not dream it was a Radler. By aroma, never dream it was a Radler. Let's go with the flavor. Maybe they put the wrong thing in the bottle. It's a Radler. But it is not predominantly lemon juice from concentrate. It's a predominantly beer flavor. Bready malts, very low level, practically non-existent hop bitterness. Some sweetness, but certainly and in no way overwhelmingly sweet. Medium bodied, little slick. The finish is crisp, like they say. It is refreshing. First beer of the day. Now I did prep it with some of that Taylor port. I was trying to finish off the bottle, drinking a little bit every day, you know, like 2 or 3 ounces a day. just to get through the bottle. But that was, I mean, that was at 5:30 in the morning. It's like when I do the brandy or cognac, I'll just drink like about an ounce a day till I get through the bottle. And if it's the small bottles, you know, it goes very quickly. If it's the big ones, the 750 or 1 liter, it could take weeks. But no big deal, won't go bad, you know. Brandy, port. Might try some Madeira. The sherry, if it's the Fino, like the light sherry, you got to go through it kind of fast because they say it can turn. Although, I've never had it turn. I've never noticed any of it taste any different weeks later as it tasted the first day. So, I don't know about that. But since I read that, it's in my head and I worry about it. Yeah, there's that sunlight. It's pretty overcast. Looks mostly like it's contrails causing that. If I was ever looking to buy a Radler, and I wouldn't be, or a Shandy, and I wouldn't be, but let's just say for the sense of for the purpose of argument, for the sake of argument, that I wanted to buy a Radler. This would be one I would grab for. I mean, we don't have a Trader Joe's in this relatively small town, but in New Orleans now, in Metairie, the western suburb of New Orleans, there is a Trader Joe's. I want to visit it. I haven't yet. So I would go, you know, if I was passing through, I'd buy it. This might be number 2. Amstel number 1. Really strong malt flavor. This number 2 in the Shandy / Radler world. So, les bon temps relais, I'm going to say at a minimum B+. And I think you could make a strong argument for A- on this product. Trader Joe's, it's risky, like some of the stuff they sell is highly questionable, especially if it's coming from Minhas. On the other hand, a lot of what they sell is pretty good. It's just a grab it and take a risk type thing over there. The sherry, the cream sherry I bought from Spain, it was $4.99 for that bottle, and it was about $2 too expensive. Not good. The Pierre Duchesne French brandy, that was $10.99 for the bottle, and that was about $5 too much. So my experience over there with hard liquor and fortified wine has been rather negative. My experience with beer over there has been probably, I'm talking about their branded ones, not name brands, probably 60-40, 60% unpleasant, 40% pleasant. So not a great track record, but we have to soldier on in this beer experiment. Y'all come on down to New Orleans. Now, as far as the World Series, people say, who do I think is going to win? I'm going to say it'll be the team with the blue and red colors. The team with the blue and red colors.